students, welcome. My name is Mrs. Mercado and I am going to be your instructor this spring 2020 semester. Now this course orientation is for all of my online classes. So regardless of the course that you're taking, this orientation applies to you. So you can be in my Accounting 1303 class, 1304, 1329, 2401, or 2402. This orientation is going to cover or provide an overview of how my courses are structured and how to access your course in Cengage, which is a platform that we utilize to be able to complete the majority of our assignments. Okay, so once again, this is the course orientation for spring 2020, and my name is Mrs. Mercado. Now, like I previously mentioned, this orientation is going to be just an overview. It's not going to be specific to any course. I'm just going to provide some guidance as to how the course is structured, how to access your course in Cengage, how to retrieve your syllabus, grading criteria, just general stuff. Okay, it doesn't apply to a specific course. I'm just going to show you how to utilize the resources that I'm providing you to be able to access and navigate through my courses. Now, Accounting 1303, this is Introduction to Accounting 1. Accounting 1304, this is Introduction to Accounting 2. Accounting 1329, this is Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. Accounting 2401, this is Principles of Financial Accounting. And Accounting 2402, this is Principles of Managerial Accounting. So these are some of the courses, some of the online courses that I'm going to be offering during the spring semester. Okay, so if you're taking any of these classes online, you should be listening to this orientation. It's very important that before you begin working on anything, before you start navigating through Blackboard or through Cengage, you listen to the orientation. It is very, very important. Okay, so what is this orientation going to cover? I'm going to try to keep it as short as I can, but I do encourage that you listen to it in its entirety because I do provide very, very useful information. If you call my office, go visit me or send me a message with a question that I have already answered in this orientation, I'm going to have you listen to the orientation. Okay, it is very important that we follow instructions and that the first thing we should be doing is listening to the orientation to be able to determine, what is it that the instructor needs from me? How is the course structured? What should I know that is so important that the teacher took the time to record this video to let me know what is it that I need to do. Okay, so it's very, very important that we listen to the orientation. Okay, now in this orientation, there's two areas that we're going to be working off. One of them is Blackboard, the other one is Cengage. Okay, so Blackboard is the platform that STC utilizes to be able to communicate with students, and this is where we create our course. Okay, so I am going to go briefly over the Blackboard layout, the Start Here module, the course content, messages, announcements, and the gradebook. Okay, in Cengage, I am going to explain a little bit of what is Cengage, how to create your account in Cengage, how to access Cengage, your assignments, your gradebook, and the different resources that are available within the software. Okay, so those are the two things that we're going to be mainly covering today. Okay, so before I move any further, I do want to properly introduce myself. Even though this is an online course, I do want you to feel comfortable approaching me, communicating with me. If something happens, let's say you're involved in a car accident, you have a baby in the middle of the semester, there's a death in the family, whatever happens, that's not allowing you to complete your assignments timely, please don't wait till the end of the semester. As soon as something happens, just let me know. I don't need to know the details. Just let me know, Ms. Mercado, this is happening in my life right now. I'm not going to be able to meet this deadline or complete my test or whatever. And we can coordinate together and we can figure something out for you that works. Okay, I am not here to fail you. I am here to help you. Okay, but helping and taking advantage are two different things. Okay, I have strict deadlines. And if your life, there's nothing extraordinary happening in your life, just the normal work and family and kids and all of that good stuff, we need to be able to stay organized. Okay, I will do exceptions to maybe doing extensions or modifying any dates if there is an emergency. Okay, something out of the ordinary. This does not include, Miss, I had to go work. Okay, you have to work. That is part of our life. Okay, so like I said, I will do exceptions if the student, and this is very important, if the student communicates with me timely. Okay, if your assignment was due on Sunday, you reach out to me that same week, or on Monday, you letting me know, you know what, miss, I couldn't complete my assignments because, someone passed away in my family, or my child was sick, I had him in the hospital, or, whatever the case might be. Just let me know either that week that it's occurring or the week after, so we can communicate, figure something out, okay? Do not wait until the last day of the semester to come and let me know, oh, miss, well, I didn't complete test number 1 and test number 2 because this was going on in my life, okay? At that point, I cannot help you. But if you reach out to me immediately, we can work something out, okay? And like I said, and I'm going to stress this is only if there is some kind of an emergency, okay? Only on an emergency basis, okay? So, my name is Claudia Mercado. I am going to be your instructor for this spring 2020 semester. Oh my God, we're already the year 2020. This is amazing, okay? I've been a full-time instructor here at South Texas College since fall 2014. Just like you, I started my education here at South Texas. Back in the day, it was South Texas Community College. I graduated in May of 2001 with an accounting clerk certificate. Okay, I continued with my education, and in 2004, I completed my Associates of Arts in Business Administration from South Texas College as well. At that point, back in the day, STC only was offering certificates and associates. Now we are offering bachelors. So if you all are interested in transitioning, once you complete either your certificate or your associates into a bachelor's, that is an awesome opportunity that you have here. But back in the day, I did not have that opportunity, so I had to move out. So I went to the University of Texas Pan American back in the day, and in December of 2006, I graduated with my bachelor's in accounting. I continued with my education part-time, and in 2013, I completed my master's of accountancy from UTPA as well. Okay. Now, throughout all of these years, unfortunately, I am not rich. I don't come from a rich family. I don't come from an educated family. I was the first one in my family to go to college. I had to work. Okay. So yes, it did take me a little bit of time, but it took me time because I had to work. I had a full-time job. I had 2 children of my own, and then I adopted 2 more children, so I ended up with 4 kids. So life happened, okay? Life happened, and I could not devote myself 100% to going to school. I had to do it on a part-time basis. And yes, it did take me time, but guess what? I finished. I graduated. I'm here now, okay? So it can be done, okay? It's just a matter of organizing ourselves and not giving up, okay? Do not give up in your dream. If you want to, major in marketing and business and finance, human resources, whatever is it that you want to do in your life, set yourself a goal and just take it a day at a time. And by the time you know it, you'll be done, okay? So that's my education so far. Now, I decided to continue with my education. I started maybe 2-3 years ago, my PhD program. Okay, so I'm currently a full-time student, just like yourselves. So I have a full-time job. I'm a full-time student, just like most of you. So I'm working on my PhD from North Central University. I am pursuing my Doctorate of Philosophy in Business Administration with specialization in organizational leadership. Okay, so I am a full-time student. I know how it feels like to have to work late nights on your assignments, your weekends. It's a lot of sacrifice, okay? But at the end, I know it's all going to be worth it, okay? So I identify myself with my students because I am a student as well. I am also employed full-time by South Texas College, okay? So I have a full-time job. I have a family of my own. I have 4 children. Okay? I'm married. So I am very much like you, okay? There's nothing extraordinary about me. I'm just, an individual that wanted to get an education, okay? I am originally from Mexico. I was born in Reynosa, and then I moved here when I was little. I was a migrant worker, when I was small, all the way to my high school years. So, I am very relatable. I understand where students from this area come from. I understand the challenges, but I also understand that we are hardworking individuals, that we are committed, and that we're not going to give up. Okay. Before working at South Texas College as an instructor, I do have over 13 years of experience in banking with emphasis in accounting and operations. You know, I used to manage an accounting department for a $2.3 billion bank. I used to work in operations, handle different project management. I do have work experience working in the, in the industry. I'm not just one of those individuals that goes to school and then teaches. I understand what the employers are looking. I was responsible for hiring, for firing, for training, for meeting deadlines, for taking responsibility of other people's work or lack of work, for ensuring deadlines were met. Okay, so I do have that experience along with my education that hopefully will help you in this course. Okay, before I transition over to my Blackboard shell, because most of my orientation is going to be based off Blackboard. I do want to let you know that if you do have any questions at any point in the semester, please reach out to me. You can either stop by my office during my scheduled office hours. Now, I understand my office is in Starr County, so I might be a little bit of, isolated over in Starr County. It might not be feasible for you to go visit me all the way to Rio Grande. So if that's not an option for you, you cannot make it during my office hours physically, you can either call me during my office hours. Now, this is very important. I'm only in my office during my office hours. Okay, so if you do need to contact me via phone, it has to be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 2:30 p.m. Okay, the rest of the time, I have other classes to teach. I'm in other places, so I can't be in my office. But we are required to have 5 hours of office hours per semester. So I will be available Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 2:30 if you need to call me. Okay, and on my syllabus you will find my phone number, my office phone number. If you don't fall within the time frame of my office hours and you still need to reach me, the best way to contact me is through Blackboard Messages. And I'll show you in a bit where is it that you need to go to be able to send me a message. Okay? It is very important that you stay organized from day number 1. Do not fall behind. Okay? Very important. There is no excuse for you not to start day number 1. What Cengage does is Cengage gives students a free 2-week trial period. So for 2 weeks, you have free access to the electronic book, to the Cengage platform, so you can be able to complete your assignments, to everything. Okay, so for 2 weeks, if you don't have any money, your financial aid hasn't kicked in, you still have access to every single resource that you need to be able to complete your assignments. Okay, I do not grant extensions to work assignments. Okay, my deadlines are clearly stated on my syllabus. Okay, all assignments are due on the specified dates. It is up to you to keep those dates in your cell phone, put them in the wall in a regular calendar, whatever is it that you need to do. You need to keep up with your assignment deadlines. The only time that I will provide an extension is if there is an emergency, like I previously stated. If there is some type of an emergency, then me and the student will coordinate, whatever is it that we need to work on to be able to meet the student's needs. But this is on an emergency base. And once again, going to work is not an emergency. Okay? An emergency must be a sickness, must be a death, must be having a baby, whatever. Maybe if you have, I've had in the past situations where students have to travel. They know from the beginning of the semester, hey, miss, I'm going to have to travel in the middle of the semester because I have either work or maybe I planned a vacation or whatever the case might be. If you know something is coming up and you will not be able to meet my deadlines, let me know as soon as possible. That way we can coordinate. Okay? So now that I've finished this, I am going to transition over to Blackboard. Okay? I am looking forward to an awesome spring 2020. I hope all of you have rested during the Christmas holidays, that we're ready to get started, and that we're ready to get to work. Okay? So let me go ahead and let me exit out of here, and let me go into Blackboard. Now let me go ahead and let me start from the beginning. Let me close this out. To access my course, you're going to go to southtexascollege.edu. Okay? You're going to go to your Blackboard. Okay? And then you're going to have a list of all of the classes that you're taking. Now these are the classes that I am taking. I am recording this lecture before the semester begins because I want to get prepared. I have other things to do. So these are all the classes that I'm going to be teaching in the spring semester, okay? So you're going to locate your class, the class that you're taking with me, and then you're going to select it, okay? So as a student, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see my information. Here you have my phone number, my email address, my office hours, and my office information, okay? You have a picture of me, that way you know what I look like. If you all want to say hi, if you see me at the store or you see me at the hallways, that would be amazing. Okay. You're going to find an introduction to the course. Now, every course will have a different introduction. This is Accounting 2401. All of my courses are structured the same way. I do this for simplicity. That way, regardless of whatever course you're taking, they all look the same. Okay. The only thing that's going to change is the information. I'm going to let you read through the information. Okay, it provides you an overview of the course. Then we have the orientation. I'm going to be updating this right now with the information from spring 2020 that I'm working on right now, recording the orientation. You're going to find your orientation there. And then you're going to have a whole bunch of other information, a whole bunch of other folders. Okay, we're going to go through each of those folders. Okay, that way you know what each of these folders has. So the first one we have here below the orientation is the essential course information. Okay. Here you're going to have some information about myself. Okay. I've already introduced myself. You know a little bit about me. It's basically the same thing here. Okay. I have my office hours. Now, something very important that all of you need to know and keep in mind. Okay. Just like you know, I have other things to do. Okay, so I have limited the amount of time I dedicate myself to my work. Okay, I am not available 7 days a week. Okay, I use my weekend to either work on my homework or spend time with my family. Okay, so if you need to reach me, you must reach me Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, I'm available, like a regular job. Okay, I'm available Monday through Friday. I usually respond within 24 hours. Okay. So I usually check my Blackboard or my email maybe 3 times a day. So if you send me a message, I will respond for sure very quickly. Okay. I don't monitor my email or my messages during the night. I go to sleep. Okay. But if you send me a message, I will respond promptly. Okay. I don't check my emails or after 5 p.m. on Fridays. Okay. So if you do need to contact me, make sure you send me a message before 5 p.m. on Friday. At 5 p.m., I clock out and I'm done. Okay? I'm not going to check my Blackboard. I'm not going to check my messages. I'm not going to check anything. Okay? Till Monday. Okay? So if you need to reach me, you must contact me Monday through Friday, Friday before 5 p.m. Okay? Any emails received Friday past 5 p.m., Saturday, Sunday, or a college-observed holiday will not be responded till the next available business day. Okay? So just keep that in mind. I've had a lot of students emailing me on Saturdays and on Sundays in the middle of the night. You know what? I am not going to answer during the weekend. Okay? So make sure that you schedule enough time during the week to review your assignments. That way, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me during the week. Okay? So that was something very important. And this applies to all of my classes. If you need to reach me, make sure you do it Monday through Friday. Okay? If you send me a message on the weekend, that is not an excuse for you not to complete your assignments. Okay? I've had students tell me, well, miss, I emailed you on Saturday, but because you didn't respond, I didn't complete my assignment. Well, that is not acceptable. Okay? You had 5 days to reach out to me and ask me a question. Okay? You chose to email me Saturday night. I'm not going to be waiting on Saturday night to see what students, ask me a question. I'm not going to answer your question during the weekend, but you're still responsible to complete your assignments. Okay? So I tell my students, strategize. Okay? On Monday, I'm going to read. Maybe on Wednesday, I'm going to take my quiz. On Thursday, I'll start working on my homework. On Friday, I'll finalize my homework. That way, if I have any questions, I can reach out to the instructor. Okay? The next area we have here are the program objectives and the course learning objectives. This is what we are assessing in the course, okay? And like I said, it varies by class, so each of you Once you log into your specific course, you're going to see different information here, okay? So just read over the information. It's just for information purposes as to what is it that you're expected to learn in my class, okay? And then we have the course structure, okay? So my courses, all of my online courses are structured on a weekly basis, okay? On a weekly calendar. So the assignments open up on a Monday and they close on Sunday at 11 p.m., okay? You have 7 days to complete your work, okay? And the reason I give you 7 days is because I understand some of us work. So maybe you don't have enough time during the week to work on your assignments. You wait until the weekend. I give you 7 full days to complete your weekly assignments. Before you begin working on your assignments, you need to read each of the chapters, okay? Read the chapters. In Blackboard, and I'll show you in a bit, I upload PowerPoint presentations. Review those PowerPoint presentations or any other resources, videos, anything that I post on Blackboard. Make sure that you review that information. And then you complete your assignments, okay? For your homework and your quizzes, you have 2 attempts. Okay? You have 2 tries. I always keep the highest grade earned, okay? So if you scored a 50 on the first try, a 70 on the second, I'll keep that 70, okay? If you scored a 70 on the first one and a 50 on the second one, I will keep the highest, which is a 70, okay? You have 2 tries on your homework and your quizzes. You also have 2 tries on your test. I give students 2 tries. In case they encounter any technical difficulties, they can complete their assignment on that second attempt. Or if they didn't perform very well on the first try, they can use the second attempt to try to improve their score, okay? Every time you take a test, it will be a different test. It will be a different problems, okay? So it's not going to be the same identical test, okay? All of my questions are algorithmic, so they change. Every student will have a different assignment every week, every test, okay? Some classes, you're gonna be required to do some projects. More information, you'll be able to find more information on your syllabus. I'm not gonna cover all of that in detail because it varies by class. Just know that you are responsible to read. You are responsible to utilize all of the resources that I post in Blackboard. You have 2 tries to complete all of your assignments. If you're not doing well in the first one, take advantage of the second attempt and use it, okay? The next area, you're going to find your textbook information. And every class that you log into, this is going to change, okay? Just know that the information will be found on your Blackboard, so you will be able to find what textbook that you're going to be using, okay? In this case, I am in the course Principles of Financial Accounting, so this is a textbook that we use for that specific course. Now, for the textbook, you will be needing access to Cengage. Singwich does offer a $119 bundle that gives you access to all of your textbooks for that one fixed cost. So if you're taking 4 classes and we all use Cengage, then you're just going to have to pay $119 and you'll have access to all of your 4 classes. That's going to give you access to the Cengage platform, to the electronic book, to a variety of study resources, okay? Now, what's very important is that when you log into any of your classes, that you use the same username and password when logging into Cengage. What happens is all of your classes will be linked. So when you enter your username and password, the system's going to know that you've already paid, and it'll allow you to enter the course for free, okay? If you are needing an actual physical textbook, you may request a print rental for only $7.99, which basically covers the shipping. So it's $7.99 to get a copy of the textbook for the semester if you want a physical textbook, okay? And the next is just general information of being polite when you're sending messages or responding to myself or other students. And then we have technical support. If you have any questions or any technical difficulties with maybe Blackboard or anything of that nature, I have the phone number here for the technical support. That way they can go ahead and provide you with the assistance that you're needing technical wise, okay? So this is all of the information that you'll see for each of the classes. Of course, like I mentioned before, the information will vary depending on your class. Okay, now that is the front page when you log into the course. Okay. Okay. You'll find under the start here, you must, before you begin working on any of your assignments, you must read over all of the information under the start here tab, which is where we're at right now. That was the essential course information tab. The next tab we have is your syllabus and your schedule. Okay. Now, I'm going to drill on this a lot. It is very, very, very important that you print out your syllabus. I know nowadays with technology we don't want to print. What I recommend is that each student buys themselves a binder, a folder or whatever, and they print out their syllabus. That's going to be the first thing when you open your folder. Okay? On your syllabus, you're going to find very useful information. Okay? Let me open the syllabus for this particular class. Okay? This is kind of what the syllabus looks like. Okay? You're going to have my general information, the chair information, the class information, office hours, all of this good stuff, okay, that you can read over. Then we have information about your textbooks. Because this is an online class, you are expected to have a computer with a reliable internet access, speakers, maybe a headset, and a microphone. Depending on the class, you might be required to do some recordings. Okay? You need a calculator. We are doing accounting. You need a calculator, whether it be a computer, in the computer, a phone, or just a manual calculator, and a flash drive to save any information that you need to save in the semester. Okay? So, you're going to find your required textbook and resource information in your syllabus, and you're also going to find your grading. Now, I grade using a 1,000 point scale system. Okay? All of my classes are structured the same way. Okay? 1,000 point scale. So what happens is I assign specific points to each of my assignments or tests or whatever, projects, whatever the case may be. The total of all of my assignments are 1,000 points. Okay? So you have 1,000 points to earn during your semester. Okay? If you earn between 900 and 1,000 points, you get an A. If you earn between 800 and 899, you get a B. If you earn between 700 and 799, you get a C. If you earn between 600 and 699 points, you get a D. And anything below 599, you get an F. Okay. In your respective syllabus, depending on the class that you're in, you're going to find the different assignments that we're going to complete, the weight, and the number of points that are allocated to each of those sections. Okay. So in this particular class, for example, tests are worth 45%. Homework assignments are worth 15%. Quizzes are worth 10%. We have an accounting cycle problem that is worth 10%. And then we have group projects. We have 2 group projects, and they're worth 20%. And that together will give you 100%, which is 1,000 points. Okay? All of my classes work the same way. Make sure that you keep up with your assignments, as I do not grant extensions for missed assignments. I do not allow makeups as well. So if you missed it, I'm sorry. Okay? All of your assignments, with the exception of some tests, will be due on Sunday of each week. If the assignment due date will not be on Sunday, I will let you know. Okay? It's also posted on your syllabus. Okay? If you have any type of an emergency that's going to prevent you from completing your assignments, you need to communicate with me immediately. Okay? Attendance. It is difficult for me to keep track for attendance purposes because these are online classes. I don't get to see you. But the way I track attendance is based on the completion of your assignments. If you're completing your assignments, then you're participating. If you're not, then you're not participating. You're not attending. Okay? So keeping up with your deadlines, completing your assignments are very, very important. Okay? Now, this is just some general information that you can read through. These are some policy statements. Make sure that you read through this information. If you have any sort of disability, if you're pregnant, if you're a veteran, there's a whole bunch of information here. If anything applies to you, please feel free to contact the designated individuals. The course structure, This is how the course is structured. I already let you know. Here is where you're going to find information about the assignments, projects, exams, all of that good stuff. You can read through all of that information. You're going to have some questions and answers, some information on the most common questions students have. I've answered them here, so read through that information as well. Okay. It is very important that students read over the student responsibilities for the course. It is very important that you understand that if you are caught cheating, copying, or taking the test for another student, or whatever the case may be, you will be reported and you may be expelled. So maintaining academic integrity is very, very important. So make sure that you read through all of this information so you can be aware of what is expected of you. Okay. And then last but not least, at the end of each syllabus, you're going to find a schedule. Okay. So the schedule is broken down by weeks. Okay. Within each week, you're going to find what we're going to be working on for that week. So for example, for this particular class, Accounting 2401, for week 1, you're going to become familiar with the course requirements. You're going to review the syllabus. You're going to obtain the necessary material, and you're going to create your account in Cengage. We're also covering Chapter 1, which deals with Introduction to Accounting and Business. Okay? You are required to read the chapter and to review the PowerPoint. Okay? After you have done these 2 things, then you will proceed to completing your assignments. Your assignments are due by Sunday at 11 p.m. So, you're going to complete the Cengage tutorial, Chapter 1 homework, and Chapter 1 quiz in Cengage. And it says here all of the items from week 1 needs to be completed by January the 26th. So I'm letting you know what needs to be completed and by when. Okay? So every week you'll have that information. So what I recommend is that you print out your syllabus and you go to the calendar in your syllabus and you enter all of this information in your cell phone. That way you get alerts that let you know your assignment deadlines are approaching. Okay? So you're going to find your syllabus, all of the detailed information with all of the due dates. That way there's no excuses that you forgot or that it was not stated. Everything is stated on your syllabus. Okay? Now on week number 5, for example, you're going to have a test. Okay? Test number 1. Now the test is only going to be available Monday through Wednesday. So you just have 3 days to complete the test. Okay? So it's very important that you keep up with all of these due dates. Do not assume everything is due on Sunday. The dates may change. Okay? So make sure that you do read the information provided clearly. Okay? So it's just general information. Make sure that you read through your whole entire syllabus and you have it handy. That way, whenever you need to refer to it, you have it available. Now, for each course, I've also included an assignment grading point system. What this does, this breaks down your assignments by week, okay? And the number of points that you can earn each of those weeks, okay? So at the end of the semester, you're going to have, or would have had accumulated, 1,000 points maximum, okay? So that way you know that during week number 1, you have a potential of earning 22 points out of that 1,000 points. Okay, so it gives you a breakdown here of what we're working on. We're working on Chapter 1 and our course introduction. And if I complete my assignments, I'm going to earn 22 points. Okay, so it gives you a breakdown by week of the number of points that you can earn. Below that, I put the schedule here, embedded within Blackboard. That way you can have it for easy access. Okay. Below that, you have the exam information. I'm letting you know with plenty of time from the beginning of the semester when your tests are going to be available. Okay. Your tests are going to be online and you have specified windows as to when they're going to be available. So make sure that you print this information, you enter it in your phone, you keep it handy so you don't miss any of the exam deadlines. We have the course grade, which we already covered based on a 1,000 point scale system. We have that information there. It's already been covered. And then we have the grading criteria. Depending on the number of points that you've earned is the grade that you're going to be getting. Okay. Okay, so let me go back to my start here. Okay. The next folder we have is Student Technical Resources and Support. And in here, you're just going to have, this is for information purposes only. You're going to have, let me see if it opens. Okay. You're just going to have your Blackboard Student Help. If you have any questions, you have a link there. Blackboard Chat, and then Student Support, different departments that you might be needing to contact, and their phone numbers. Okay. I highly recommend that you complete the browser check. That way, if you're using your home computer, you have all of the system updates ready for when you complete or when you register for the course. Okay. Next, you're going to find information from Cengage. Okay. Here you have the different pricing options you have. You can buy for one semester for Cengage Unlimited for $119. For 1 year for $179, and for 2 years for $239. Okay, so these are some of the options that you have to purchasing your Cengage access. Okay, you also have a guide on how to register for Cengage from Blackboard, and you also have a flyer with just some general information about Cengage. Okay. I've also included some videos. I'm not going to go over the videos with you, but just know that they're there. Make sure that you go back and you view these videos. They provide very useful information on what is Cengage, how to register, all of this important information. Okay, so make sure that you take the time to look at these short videos. They're very short. And last but not least, you're going to see this link. Okay. Whenever you see this little blue circular image here, whenever you click a link, it's going to take you out of Blackboard, which is you're on right now, and it's going to send you to Cengage. Okay. This is what you're going to use to access your course in the Cengage account. Okay. I'm just going to wait a little bit. I'm going to go over some other information in Blackboard before I transition from Blackboard to Cengage. Okay, so don't click on it right now. Just wait for me. So, after you are done reviewing all of the information under the start here, okay, which is all of this, now you're ready. You're informed on how to complete your assignments. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna exit the student view. That way. Right now, you have nothing to see because the semester hasn't started yet, and I'm recording the orientation. But let me show you the view on how, I created the course, what you will eventually be seeing. So what's going to happen is every week, a little folder is going to pop up. Okay, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. Every week, a new folder is going to pop up with information. You're going to click the link on the folder, and it's going to take you to another source or another location where you're going to find information about the chapter that we're covering, the activities that you're responsible to complete. So you have to read and you have to review your PowerPoint, which is provided to you there so you can download. Okay? And then I inform you of the things that you need to complete before the end of the week. You need to complete your chapter 1 homework, your chapter 1 quiz, and your Cengage tutorial. Okay, and everything for week 1 needs to be completed by January the 26th, 2020. I give you the deadline as to when you have to complete your assignments. Okay, so it's very important. An introduction about the chapter that we're going to be covering. The activities are the things that you need to do before you start working on your assignments, which is to read and review the PowerPoint or any other things that you have included. The information will vary by class. There's some classes that I've included some files. There's some other classes that I've included some videos. It just depends on the class, okay? And then the last thing you're going to see a list of the assignments that need to be completed for this specific week. That way you don't miss the deadline, okay? And every week you'll see a new folder with new information, okay? So you're just going to click on the folder that you're in. You'll see a little short description of the chapter, your learning activities, and your assignments. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to go under course content. You're going to select the week, and then that's going to take you to the place we were in that gives you all of the information. Okay. Discussions. Okay. In my class, I don't have much of the discussion. It's more hands-on, more application-based. I don't really use discussions, but I do use announcements. Okay, I post an announcement for sure once a week, reminding students of all of the assignments that they need to be completed. Okay, so look out for announcements that I will post. I understand this is an online course. What I highly recommend is that you at least check your Blackboard on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. That way, if there's any news, any information, any updates, you get to view the information, process it, and then if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. But I do post announcements every Monday for sure. And then depending on the week, I might post additional reminders as well. Okay. Blackboard Messages. Okay. If you need to contact me, Blackboard Messages is the best option for you to do so. Okay? You're just going to click on the button here that says Create Message. You're going to select from the list all of these. You can either send me a message or send any of your classmates a message. You just select the name of the student or the instructor. Okay? And then you type your message here, your subject, and you do submit. Okay? This is the best way for you to communicate with me. That way all of the information gets stored in my shell, into my course, each respective course. Also, when you send me a Blackboard message, I can identify in which class you're in. Okay? You might be Jose, and I might have 8 Joses in my classes. You know, if you send me a regular email, unless you specify this is my name and this is the class that I'm in with you, sometimes it can be challenging to identify what class you belong to. Okay? So if you do your message in here, then I'm going to know you belong to this class. So it's just a lot more secure and safe and organized. Okay? So once again, you select the name from the list, you move it with the little arrow, and then you just type out your message, and then you do submit. Okay? My grades. Okay? You're going to have 2 grade books. You're going to have a grade book in Cengage that keeps tracks all of your assignments in Cengage, and you're going to have a grade book in Blackboard. The grade book that you need to look at is your grade book in Blackboard, which is what I'm looking on right now. In your grade book from Blackboard, you're going to have all of your assignments, whether they were completed in Cengage or in Blackboard. Okay? So this is, if you want to know how many points you have earned, you must look at the points earned in Blackboard. Okay? Very, very important. This is where I calculate the final grades from Blackboard. Okay? Cengage does not have all of the information. There's some projects that are completed manually that I need to grade manually. Those grades are entered in Blackboard. Okay? So if you need to calculate or see your grade, this is where you would come. You would come to your grades. Okay? And then something very important that you have a link here that says Cengage, assignment, and links. Okay? So here is where, if you notice, all of the links here have this little blue circular icon, which represents Cengage. So anytime you see that and you click on it, it's going to direct you out of Blackboard and into Cengage. My course from Cengage is linked to Blackboard. The only way you can access my class in Cengage is first you must log in into Blackboard. From Blackboard, you must go into Cengage. Okay? So, if you wanted to access your dashboard, technical support, your companion site, your ebook, whatever the case might be, you can just click on the link and it'll take you there. If you want to complete your tutorial, your quiz, your homework, just click on it and it'll redirect you to Cengage to your assignment. Okay. So you have these options available that include all of the assignments that are going to be completed. You can just look for the item that you want to do, click on it, and it'll take you to the assignment. Okay. Now, let's go back to start here. Okay. I've done a little quick overview of how my course is structured in Blackboard. Okay. Every week you are expected to go under course content, look for the week that we are working on, week 1, week 2, week 3, whatever the week might be. You're going to go into the week and you must do whatever information is provided here. You must complete whatever is stated on your content folder. Okay. It's telling you that you need to complete, for example, on week 2, it's telling you have to complete quiz 2 and homework 2. Well, how do I get there? Okay. An easy way for you to get there, to get to your Cengage course, is to go to the Start Here tab. Okay. On the Start Here tab, I've created or I've included a link to the course, to the specific course that you're taking. Okay. So now here I'm going to show you. Let me change this to my student view. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. Okay. I am ready. I've already, this is the first day of class. I've already reviewed all of the information under the Start Here. I've already listened to the orientation. I've already printed my syllabus. I'm ready to get started. Okay. So I want to read chapter 1 because I know according to my course content, okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot I was in student view. Under my course content, it says here that for week number 1, okay, I'm going to cover chapter 1. So I need to read chapter 1 because it says here that I need to read chapter 1 and I need to review these PowerPoints. So it's your responsibility to download that PowerPoint and either print it or download it. Now, what I recommend is that students download the PowerPoint presentation and that they use it to take notes while they're reading. Okay? That's just my recommendation. Okay? But now I'm ready to go into Cengage. Okay? So, now I'm going to show you how to get to Cengage. Okay? How am I going to get to the Cengage? You're going to go to this link that's under the Start Here folder and you're going to click on it. Okay? Let me just switch here to student view. Okay? So you're going to click on it. Okay? Now, depending on whether you've used Cengage before or not, the screens will vary. Okay? I've been using Cengage for years, so the system automatically knows who I am. Okay? I've already got a user and a password. Okay? So, what the system is telling me, it's welcoming because it already knows that it's me. Now, I have several options here. I'm a student. Right now, I'm under a student account, per se. So what's going to happen is it's letting me know that I have 14 days free trial. That I have 2 weeks to use this software for free. Okay. Now, after 2 weeks, you have several options. You can register an access code. So if you go to the bookstore and you buy the access code, which is a piece of paper with a whole bunch of numbers, you're going to come back with that piece of paper and you're going to enter the code in here. Okay, that's option number 1. You buy the code either from online, from the bookstore, from wherever that you purchase it. This is where you would enter the code. That way the system knows that you've purchased the access. Okay. The second option you have is you buy it from online. Okay. So this is everything you get with Cengage Unlimited. Okay. If you see, it's much cheaper that you get the unlimited version rather than you purchase the actual physical book or you buy the access to the template or the course by itself. So this is just a lot more convenient. You get access to everything. Okay, all of this, you get access to the ebook, the print book, a variety of different test prep products, Quizlet, ebooks, study guides, all of this is included. If you have not purchased an access code, you want to pay with your debit or credit card, you just click the button right there and you buy the textbook, okay? And then it asks you what you want to buy. You add it to the cart, and then it's going to ask you for your information, okay? It's going to redirect you over here so you can do your billing, okay? I'm not going to pay it right now, but this is what you would need to do if you want to purchase the access online, okay? It's secured. You enter your information, your payment information, and voila. If you buy it through here, make sure that you get a printout of the receipt in case something happens where, you know, the system doesn't pick it up. You will be able to demonstrate that, you know what, I did pay it on this date, and this is my confirmation, okay? Okay, let me go back. Okay. So once you click on that link, it's going to take you out of Blackboard and into Cengage. Now, if you've never used Singwich, it's going to look a little bit different. Unfortunately, I can't show you because the system already has me, it recognizes me. But what basically is going to happen is it's going to ask you to create a username and password, which you just make sure you write down. That way, because you're going to need that information in the future. Create your username, your password. You're going to enter a little bit of some information about you, and then you're going to create your account. Okay. After you do that, you're going to access this, and then you know what, I'm going to use my 14 days free trial period. Right now I don't have money to purchase the access. I'm just going to use the 2 weeks that are given for me for free. How do I access my course? You're going to go here where it says open course. Okay. That's going to take you to my class, to the respective class that you're taking, okay? And it can vary because I said that this orientation is for any of my classes. Okay. Now, once you log into Cengage, this is what you're gonna see. You have 3 tabs. Okay. You have an assignments tab, a grades tab, and study tools. Okay. Under your assignments, every week you're gonna see your assignments for that specific week. Okay. So week number 1, you have your homework and you have your quiz. Okay. It has the due date. They're due January the 26th at 11 p.m. You have 2 tries. For the homework, you can take as long as you want. It's unlimited. The quizzes are timed. You have an hour to complete your quiz. Okay. When you're getting ready to complete your assignment, all you have to do is click here where it says take. Okay. And it'll take you to the assignment. It'll provide you instructions of the assignment. You know, make sure you stay active, blah, blah, blah. Once you're ready to take the test, you just start the test. And you'll have your questions for the quiz. Okay, so you go through the questions, you answer them, and then you just, once you're done with all of the test, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to guess, okay? I don't know what this is. I'm going to put a 1 and a 2, okay? I'm just going to show you here that it'll grade it. You'll get a grade automatically, okay? And I'm just guessing. I'm just putting an answer, that way you get to see what is it, you know, and how to select it. You know, some of these questions are multiple choice, the other ones are drop down. You know, you just find your selection, okay? Make sure you don't leave anything blank. They're all going to be wrong, but that's fine. You know, you answer your questions to the best of your ability. And then once you're done, okay, like I said, I just guessed. You do not guess. You need to take your time and do it slowly, okay? But for now, I'm just showing you. You go through each of those. Once you're done, you have 2 buttons here. One is to email me, okay? If let's say, for example, you're working on this question and you have a specific question, or maybe you know what, you think you got it right, but the system marked it wrong, you just send me an email, and it'll generate it to I have it set up to where I will receive it in my email, okay? But if you're done with your test, you've answered all of the questions, you submit the test for grading, okay? It's giving you a warning. It's telling you, are you sure you want to submit it? Yes, I do, okay? Okay? Immediately, you're going to have your score. Oh, I got a 17. terrible. Okay. It's also telling me I have one more try. Okay. So right after you complete the test, you'll have your grade, and it'll let you know if you have any more tries. Over here, you'll have options. You can take the test again. You can view the test results. Okay. You're able to see which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. Okay. See? So you can go through it and, okay, I marked that one. It's wrong. I need to figure out what's wrong. Okay. Okay, this one's right partially, or whatever the case might be. You have access to reviewing. Okay. Or you can go back to the assignment list. I'm going back to the assignment list. Okay. So if you notice, I took the quiz. Now my grade is showing up here. I got a 17 on my quiz. Okay. I have one more try. Okay. Well, you know what? I need to study more because I haven't read chapter 1. You know, let me go back and review, and then you can go at a later time and retake the test. Your homework. Let me open up a homework for illustration purposes. Okay. Your homework you can take as long as you want. Okay. So you're gonna have your homework problems. Now, some of these homework problems you're gonna have short videos. Okay. I try to include as much as I can. That way you're able to figure out how to do the problem. Okay. But don't rely solely on the videos. Make sure that you do read the chapter. Okay. So you have a question here. You're being asked to solve for it. Well, how do I do this? Click Show Me How, and it'll give you a short video. Okay.
Under the cost principle, assets are initially recorded in the accounting records at the amount that is paid for them. That is the purchase price. This example is designed to provide various pricing.
So this is a short video. If you see, it's only 2 minutes.
Asset, such as land.
So we have the video here. You also have the textbook. It'll take you to the section of the ebook that covers this particular concept. Okay. So it'll redirect you. So it'll take you to the textbook. That way you can read over the information. Okay. Once you're on the ebook, you can go ahead, and there's a variety of items here that you can do. You can print. You can make the letters bigger. If you don't like to read, the computer can read for you. If you click here.
Generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP. Financial information in the United States is based on generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP. GAAP is a collection of accounting standards.
So you see, it reads and it highlights what it's reading for you. Okay. So if you're not, you know, I've had some students that have language barriers, that they're not very proficient in English. This can help them out. I've had students that are blind, or they have some kind of disability. This helps a lot. So you have the option either to read it or to have the computer read it for you. Okay. You can also highlight information. There's tools here where you can highlight, keep notes. You can play with the system. There's a lot of cool features that you can do on the electronic book. But the most important of them all is to read. Okay, make sure that we read all of the information. The arrow right here is going to take you back or forward to the book. Okay, it's going to scroll through the pages. Okay, so this is what the electronic book looks like. Make sure you go. We have flashcards that will help you study some of the terminology. You know, it gives you a word, and then you flip the card and it gives you the definition. Very useful tool. That way you can practice. Okay. So we have the glossary. We have all of the accounts, and you know, you have the definition for each of them. Okay. This is the read speaker. This is the one that reads to you. Then you have the full book if you want access to the entire book, not just the chapter. And then you have different resources here to either bookmark, highlight, or keep notes. Okay. So I'm going to let you navigate through the ebook on your own. explore, and if you have any questions, you let me know. Okay? But when you're on the test, you have access to the ebook and all of its resources. You have access to your short video for some of the problems, not all of them, but the majority of them have a video. You have access to a calculator, and then you have access to print the problem. Okay? Remember, your homework is not timed. So if you want to print it out, I have students that say, you know what, I'm going to print out my homework, all of the problems, and I'm going to take them with me to work. If I have any time during lunch or whatever the case might be, I can work them out manually, and then I just come into the computer and finish it up. Okay? So you have that option as well. Okay? So you work through each of the problems, okay, depending on what is it that that you have to do. Okay? You solve, you enter the corresponding information. Okay? So let's say, for example, that you're working on your project and you have to stop whatever you're doing because you have to go to work or you have to go pick up your kids at school. Okay? You have three options down here. The first one is to email your instructor. Okay? If you have a question about a problem, you can email me and I'll see a visual representation of what you were seeing. Okay? If you have not completed your assignment, if you're still pending to work on it, you're going to save and exit. Okay? This is going to allow you to resume your assignment later. Save and exit. Okay? So if you stayed halfway through the homework, you're going to continue it tomorrow, save and exit. If you've completed the entire homework, if you're done with all of the problems, then you submit your assignment for grading. Okay? That is going to grade your entire assignment, issue you a grade, and one of your attempts is done. So if you are not ready for the assignment to be graded, do not click here. Click save and exit. Okay? Okay, now, down here, it says 3 more check my work uses remaining. I give students 3 tries per problem. Okay? Every problem has 3 tries. Okay? So, if you're working on a problem, okay, and let's say, for example, I'm going to go ahead and show you something incorrectly. Okay, 15, let's do 150 here, 250 here, 350 here. These are the wrong answers. Okay, so I enter the information, and I think this is right. Okay, I want to check my work. I want to see if it's correct or not correct. Now, if you notice, I entered answers for all 3 of them, because what the system does, it checks all 3 of them. Don't just enter one and check my work. No, because what that's going to do, it's going to check everything, and if you haven't entered these, then it's not going to check it. So don't use your check my work until you're done with the entire problem. That way you can pinpoint every single thing that's right or wrong. So I'm going to check my work. And what is it telling me? It's giving me some feedback. The accounting equation equals assets plus liabilities plus stockholders' equity, and everything is wrong. Okay, I need to fix all 3 of them. Okay, now let me enter a correct answer. Okay, I'm gonna change this to 500, which is wrong. That way you get to see how the system checks it. Okay. Okay. So now I've made some revisions, and I think this time around they're okay. I still have 2 more clicks. Let me check my work again. Okay, on the second click, I got 2 of them right. Okay. I continue to have that one incorrect. I have 1 more try. Okay. 1 more try. So let me go ahead. That way I know that I need to focus on this one right here. These are correct now. I don't have to worry about them. I need to worry about that one. Okay. So what I do is, now I'm going to solve for that middle number. Minus 36. Okay. So I've made the correction to the last one. I checked my work and I have it correct. Okay. I have 0 more tries. Once you reach 0 more tries, you won't know if you got it right or wrong until you submit for grading. Okay? So it's very important that you utilize or maximize those check my works to check the entire assignment, not just one. Work on everything and then you click check my work. Okay? So you have 3 tries per question. And then once you start working on here on this one, you have 3 more tries. Solve all of them and then check my work. Okay? So, very important, when you're working on your homework and you are not finished with it, you do save and exit. When you are done with your homework, you do submit assignment for grading, and then that is going, I'm going to do that right now. It's going to give you a warning. It's going to tell you, are you sure? Okay? If you're sure, you submit for grading. If you want to return back to the assignment, you continue taking the assignment. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to submit for grading. That way you get to see. It'll give me a score. Okay? I got a 13.33 on my homework. Very bad. Okay? I have 1 more try. Okay? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to review my assignments. You can go back and you can view your assignment results. Look over the areas that I got right, the areas that I got wrong. Try to figure out the ones that you got wrong, and then you can take your second attempt and hopefully you do better. Okay? Now, the answers to your assignments, all of your assignments close on Sunday at 11 p.m. The answers or the solutions are going to become available the following week on Monday. So what I recommend is that on Mondays, you go back into your assignment and you review your homework and your quizzes. The answers will be there. That way you can check your work and see if you got it, what is it that you're doing right, what is it that you're doing wrong. And if you have any questions or you don't understand something, you contact me, okay? And that way we can figure it out together, and you can be able to be prepared for when you see that item in your test later on, okay? So on your assignments, all you're going to see every week are the assignments that you need to complete. Very straightforward. They're automatically, magically going to appear. If for whatever reason they're not appearing for you, let me know immediately. That way I can get with Cengage, get with the technical support, and figure out why you're not able to see your assignments, okay? So make sure that your weekly assignments that are stated on your syllabus are showing up here, okay? The next tab you have are your grades, okay? As you complete your assignments, your gradebook will be populated with all of the grades, okay? I look at the number of submissions when students are completing their assignments. A lot of the students come to me in the middle of the semester or towards the end of the semester and they tell me, Miss, can I have extra credit? Okay? I go back and I look at your homework and your quizzes. If I see that you're only using your first attempt and you're failing, you're not bothering to take the second attempt, I'm not going to bother helping you. Why? Because you're not trying hard enough. I'm giving you 2 tries. So you should be using both tries if you're not scoring at least a 70% on each of your assignments. Okay? So if you're not getting a 70 at a minimum, then I recommend you take that second try. If I were an accounting student, I would use both tries regardless of the grade I get. Why? Because I want to practice the problems. I want to become more familiar with them. I want to be able to, practice as much as I can because practice makes perfect. Okay? So, the number of submissions are very important. I also look at how long you spent taking the quiz and the test. I see that you're spending 9 minutes taking your homework and you're failing, and that's the end of the story. You're not using your second attempt, and then you come ask me for extra credit. I'm not going to give you any extra credit because you're not putting any effort into my class. Okay? So, take advantage of the assignments that I'm giving you. Take advantage of the 2 tries that I'm providing you. They're there for a reason so you can improve your grade. If you didn't do well on the first one, maybe you'll do better on the second one. Okay? So this is what you'll have for your gradebook. Remember, the gradebook or the grade showing here in your, it's going to give you your overall grade. This is not your actual grade. For you to be able to calculate your grade, where is it that you need to go? You need to go to Blackboard. Blackboard is where the final grade is calculated. Okay, this is just based off the assignments that you've completed in Cengage. The last tab you have here is Study Tools. Okay, here you have access to a variety of study plans. If you want to get extra help, you can do that there. You have an access to a variety of study tools. Let me show you. Now these are not required that you complete. They're just available for you if you want to, extra help, or, they've got some student PowerPoints, some study guides, some information here that might be helpful to you. So you just select the chapter that you're working on, and then it'll update with the different resources. Okay, chapter 3, and it gives you book overview and book resources. Okay, now let me go back in there. Okay, you also have access to the ebook from that particular tab. Once it loads, let me show you. You have access to the electronic book either from the actual assignment, or you can just go to that tab and you can read the chapter. Okay, I'm going to open the course. So if you go to Study Tools, you have the ebook right here, the electronic book. Okay, to the entire book, so you can read any chapter that you like. Okay, you select the chapter that you want to read. Well, I want to read chapter 3. It takes you to chapter 3. Then it's broken down by sections. Okay, so if you know that you're working on the types of accounts requiring adjustments, you can just go to that section. Okay, at the end you have different exercises, discussion questions, key terms, whatever is it that you need to do. Or if you want to just read the entire chapter, you start from the beginning, and then it gives you all of the information. You read it, you go to the next page, and so on and so forth. Okay, you have access to printing a limited number of pages, not all of them, okay, because this is an electronic book. But you can print a couple of pages. Like I said, it reads to you, and you have all of these resources. Okay, so this is what Cengage looks like. 3 tabs that you're gonna have access to. That is it. Now, the only way for you to get to Cengage is through Blackboard. You log into your Blackboard account. Okay, from Blackboard, you must select the link provided under Start Here, or you can go under Cengage Assignments and Links. Okay, and then select the assignment that you want to complete. You know what? I want to work on chapter 1 quiz. You click on it, and it'll take you to the quiz. Okay, just takes a little while. I've been having a little bit of issues with my internet, but it'll take you to the course, and then once you're in there, and you'll see this populate until the 14 days expire. Okay, and you'll be reminded that you have to either enter an access code or buy it from online. Once you do that, then this will disappear. It's just informing you, and it keeps track of the number of days that you have access to it. Okay, it'll take you to the specific assignment that you selected on Blackboard. So I selected to take the quiz. It took me to the quiz. Okay, so you can do it, whatever option works for you. Okay, just know that for you to be able to access the course, you must go into Blackboard first, and then select any of the links that have this blue circular motion. That is going to redirect you to Cengage. You must do that for it to work. That is how I have my course set up. I do not have a course key. I don't have a code for my class. You must access my class through the links that I have provided or embedded in Cengage. Okay, so this is basically an overview. I hope it helps. I hope it provides some feedback as to how my course is structured. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help you. Do not fall behind with your assignments. Make sure that you read. Make sure that you print your syllabus. I cannot emphasize that enough. Please, please, please print your syllabus. Create a folder for my class. Put all of your information in there. I'm a very organized person. If I were a student, what I would do is I would get a binder. I would complete my quiz number 1. Once the solutions would become available, I would print it out and put it in my folder. Okay? That way it'll be very easy to keep everything organized for when the test comes, you have everything in one location. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Now, I do want to stress, if you have questions, okay, how can I say this? If you have a question, you can email me your question, okay? But along with the question, I need to see that you're trying, okay? So, along with the question, I need to see how you're attempting to solve the problem, your specific question, and the question number. There might be 12 questions, and I don't know which one you're talking or referring to. So tell me, Miss, I have a question on problem number 3-5, okay? The question asks this is what I'm doing, and then you show me your steps, and I'm getting it wrong. I'm not sure what is it that I'm doing wrong. Then I review your work, and I provide guidance. I will not give you just the answer. I'm going to let you know, okay, you need to go back and read over this section, or you know what, maybe you're just adding incorrectly, you're rounding incorrectly. Those are some common things. Or I can provide some specific guidance, but I will not give you the answer. Okay? We need to be able to think critically, analyze the information provided, take the time to comprehend, follow the examples provided, view the PowerPoint presentation, view the short video, be able to analyze all of that information, and be able to answer. A lot of students create study groups, which I'm okay with. Students get together, work on their assignments. I have no issues with creating study groups as long as all of you in the study group participate, discuss, and help each other out, okay? To understand the concepts, okay? It is very important that you understand how to do it on your own, because when the test comes, the test must be completed on an individual basis, okay? So that is just some useful information. Make sure that you log into Blackboard. You look over all of the information under the Start Here tab. You look under your course content for the specific week that you're working on. You keep up with all of your assignment deadlines. And I wish you all a wonderful spring 2020. It'll be a pleasure having you in my class, and I hope you have an awesome semester. Thank you.